call me Sims. What's up? Hi guys. Hi guys. I hope you guys are good. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new, my angel, I hope you stay. As you guys may have seen that this is a young Q&A. And let me tell you, all these questions, all of them are about grief. This thing, it's about grief. Most of you guys are asking me the same questions, which is fair. Can't just come and say my brother's dead and then I disappear without context whatsoever. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So, the first question is, and I'm using my laptop because my other phone broke. My problems. However, the first question is, what was your lesson for the season? And I think the lesson for the season is that it's about God's intimacy. It's about intimacy with God. And I think I want to break it down because I know how boring that can sound if I leave it at that. I think more than anything, I've grown closer to God. And I was actually just thinking to myself that where I started in the beginning of the year and where I am with God right now is two different places. And I'm so grateful. What I'm basically saying is that it's about growing in relationship with God. It's not... Let me put it like this. With God, it's relationship before responsibility. So I'm at a point where I'm advancing in relationship. So because I've grown a relationship with God, it was easy for me to run back to the secret corner when I found out that nigga is dead. Oh my goodness, I'm joking. Okay, when I found out that my brother just passed on, it was easy for me to run back to God because I've grown in relationship. Relationship with your father does not mean you need to present yourself perfect. Does not mean you need to present yourself pure and whole and all of these things. No, we've got it all wrong. It's about showing up wherever you are, as you are, in whatever form. When I tell you that when God put you on this earth and he said, I'm going to give you purpose, he already factored in your stupidity. He already factored in your stubbornness. He already factored in your slowness. Everything that you feel like you are and everything that the devil tells you that you are, God is saying, I was ready. I was ready. So I think because I understand that concept, I've grown in the Holy Ghost with my relationship with God so much that I go through these things with God. He's too close for me not to notice him. You get it? I've grown closer, so I'm noticing him with every fiber of my being. Yeah. What do you wish to see a YouTube channel in terms of where you want to be? Huh? What do you... Okay, this is what I think she meant to ask. What do you wish to... Okay, the question goes, what do you wish to see on your YouTube channel in terms of where you want to be in the next 5 years? I think I've said it before, and it's something that I still want to see. I want it to be relatable. I think with me, there's so many things that I am and so many things that I feel, and I'm trying so hard to be authentic. Like me including in my previous YouTube that I just lost my brother was not easy. Crying on YouTube is not easy. A lot of people, I was thinking about it, that people are gonna say, ma'am, you're weak, we don't do that, why did you put it there, blah blah blah, however, I'm trying to be authentic. I want it to be a space of being relatable. I want to be relatable. I want to be authentic, because I do think that it's something that I feel so deeply, and it's something that I want my space to be inclusive of. Do you get what I mean? Like, I want, whenever you tune on to my video, is to know that, yeah, this is like real normal life 101. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yeah. That's what it is. What are you hoping to achieve with the YouTube channel, and why did you open it? I said it. I want it to be relatable. I said it. It's not that I have a lot of things to say, no. I just said it. And I hope I answered your question. And then the next question is, how are you coping with everything? And then she said, I miss you so much, and we have not been catching up, and we haven't, But how am I coping with everything? You see, this thing, Bazalwane, it's about grief. The questions are about grief and where do you want to see your YouTube channel? And I know that I took off my nail. I need the index fingers. I took off these nails because I need the index fingers. But anyway, how am I coping? I'm doing okay. I mean, like I said, that I do break down every now and then, but I don't think it ruins my entire day, It's just a feeling that is there, and it's going to be there even tomorrow, even tonight, even 2 days from now, So I think it's crazy though. Can we talk about it? Like for me, I'm gonna try to include like a young 20 seconds of the sound that feels like grief to me. And it's just the sound that plays, and it's the ambulance coming here, my brother drooling into the ambulance, mom coming back, mom trying to act strong, brother dying, mom loses it, everybody comes. You see the week to the funeral, it's like everybody came to see us, everybody helped us, we broke down every day that time. It was afterwards, it was worse, and in the real world everything is still normal. It's an internal thing. Grief is an internal thing. Like in the world, everything is still normal. Everything is still normal. I went outside so my brother had a room outside, and I went outside. Right now, it's basically a garden shed. There's your shovels and things in there. Life went on. It's just internally where you stopped at a moment and you're struggling to come to the now. I stopped at the moment I found out that my brother passed on. And like there's a part of me that's still there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like there's a sound that plays in my head where everything is totally silent but absolutely happening. I really hope you understand what I'm saying, because I don't know how to explain it further than what I just said. It's a real thing internally. Externally, everything went on. Yeah, no. So the next question is, what's your best high school memory? In high school, I was the normal kid. Like I was the normal kid. My sister was the popular kid. You get it? So it's not what you're gonna think it is. No, it's not. It's not what you're gonna think it is. You get it? However, I do think that I'm struggling to like really bring it down to one moment. But I do think that every moment I spent with my best friends was epic. Those are amazing women. When God gave me friends, He was fighting for me. He was fighting for me. Oh, those are amazing women. Those ladies are everything I need and more. Action killer girls. So I do think that more than anything, I obviously miss spending every day with them. I miss spending every day with those ladies. Love them so much, guys. Love them so much. Oh. How have you been dealing with grief lately? Does it make you angry at God or question Him? And if so, how do you deal with all the thoughts and emotions? And then she said, I hope you're doing better as the day goes by, sister. Well, thank you so much for hoping that I'm doing really well. I appreciate that so much. But how have I been dealing with grief? Grief is so weird. Let me tell you something. I thought I was fine until we went to the cemetery, and then I realized it feels like you are suppressing emotions when you're not expressing them daily. But I don't really know how to deal with grief. So yeah, so It's a bit hard. I mean, it's very evident that there's somebody missing, and it's very evident that my mom lost a part of her. With her as a mother, it's even worse. My mom is not doing well, but she's a prayerful woman, and I appreciate that so much. Because I know that I can count on God that she will be okay. But nonetheless, I don't know. I don't know. Yesterday I had a good cry about it, and it was the same feeling. It feels like I have been suppressing all these emotions and I'm not letting myself grieve. But how do I do that on an everyday basis? I don't know how to do that one. So yeah, like I have these moments where I just don't want to talk to anybody. And I think mainly because I know that whenever I appear in social spaces and all of that, the question is going to be, how are you really? Not that I hate the question, but I just don't know how to answer it. You get it? And then does it make me angry at God or question him? The moment that I found out that my brother passed on, I ran back to God. I'm like, that was not our agreement. That was not what I prayed for. That was not what I prayed for, because if you don't know, my brother has been dealing drugs for 20 years plus, and my therapist used to tell me that the thing with addiction is that if you don't stop in time, it becomes part of your survival. So it gets to a point where you need whatever you're addicted to for survival. So I think my brother was at that point, and that basically gives you a picture on the mess that he kind of caused at home. It was so bad. My brother and I weren't on good terms at all. And I think what really hurt me when I found out is that, and I went back to God and was like, that was not our agreement. I prayed for him every time I was fasting. His name was there, and I was like, God, show yourself through this person's life. I want to see you do it. So more than anything, as much as I was so angry at him for the choices that he continuously made, I was still the little sister that is waiting for him on the other side of his recovery, on the other side of his sobriety, so it's just really sad that it did not get to that point. So I can boldly say that unforgiveness is one of the biggest traps, because I really was mad at my brother, and I did not stop reminding him that I don't like your decisions, that I missed opportunity at a relationship. I did have a relationship with my brother, but recently I had just given up on that, because I'm like, I'm so mad at you. You just don't stop. But oh man, I wish I knew how to say the prayer, God, help me see things differently, back then. I wish I knew how to say that prayer back then. I learned about the prayer afterwards. God, help me to see this situation differently. So I'm mad at myself more than I'm mad at God. But I do believe also in his will. The truth of the matter is, as much as his loss hurts so bad, my mother was already experiencing loss while he was still alive. Nigga was a living corpse. When I tell you he was so deep in drugs, I'm not even joking. It was, he lost himself in it. Like, there wasn't really much of my brother that I saw and experienced any longer. So did my mom. So you can just imagine. Oh, it was bad, guys. It was bad. So at least my mom really knows that he's resting. It's different compared to asking yourself where he is when it's cold at night. When it's raining, you're asking yourself, did he eat? Where's he sleeping? I think it's different compared to that. Does it hurt? Yeah. But wow, God really said, I want my mom. Really said he wants my mom to be at peace. It was either going to be my mom or my brother. My mom was well on her way to losing herself, because he really messed up my mom's mental health. So yeah, I do think that it's that bittersweet one. We have not experienced the sweet part of it. We just say it, but we don't really believe it as yet. But oh man, yeah. Okay, again, how's your relationship with God after the death of your brother? I really explained it and explained it thoroughly with the other question, right? However, what I can say is that I'm one person that my relationship with God thrives in vulnerability. I cracked the code, guys. It's about being vulnerable with God, you know? So I think more than anything, it's still good because I can show up and cry, show up and be mad, show up and be confused. And He's still gonna be God. He's faithful even when we're not. You know, He's the God that promised me that everything is working together for my good. And you know, in Thessalonians it says that don't grieve like the people that don't know. Oh, that word, guys. Don't grieve like those that don't know. Those people are resting. I'm gonna put the scripture there. It's a good one. For us who are saved, it's a good one. You know, so I do think I can be authentic with God. That's the nice thing. Like, you see how I just explained what grief feels like, or the whole funeral process feels like. I can go up to God and say, listen, this is what it feels like. And He can understand it. Even though some of you guys may not understand what I mean and how I explained it, God can. He's the reason of my identity, guys. God is the reason of my identity. Another question is, what do you most care about? About family, nigga. About family. And maybe the death of my brother highlighted that a lot. But I'm at a point where family members matter so much to my heart, guys. They matter so much to my heart. And oh man, it is, I don't know why this is making me feel this way, but I feel like with the funeral, like, it really made me feel like, no, these people should be my people, you know. And you know how funerals are, like, other things happened, both good and bad, you know. And Isana, it's family. I love my sisters, I love my mother, I love my father, I love my brothers, I love my sisters. I'm saying that for the second time because those are my people for real. I love my grandmother, I love my aunt, like, I love my people. I care about family so much. It matters to me that I'm around family, and it matters to me that I build with family, you know. Low-key becoming a young family girl. What is God teaching you this season? Like I did mention that, you know, that audio that says, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. And all these things are happening. God is like, stay with me, stay with me. Like I said, I think one thing I'm learning is that it's about intimacy, and that God will call you to spend time with Him before He calls you, before He assigns you. God will call you to spend time with Him before He assigns you. So it's about relationship before it is about responsibility. It's within relationship that responsibility comes, you know. And it kind of makes me feel that I'm doing good, spending time with God and building a relationship with God. It means so much to me, guys. It means so much to me. And I think, God is so good. God is so good that, you know, I was listening to Mercy, and I think you guys will recognize the song when I say this, that, you know, that part that says, we think that when Jesus is on your side, that He hates the people that hurt you. He died for them too, you know. And we don't know the freedom that comes with forgiving and letting go. We don't know it. We think if we're forgiving, we're going to be stupid. Another question is, how are you really? I want to think about it properly so that I answer this properly. I'm okay. I'm okay. However, I do think that recently the biggest, like the way I've felt the most, like I'm okay, don't get me wrong, I'm okay. However, if there's one thing that is really coming for me is insecurity. It's insecurity, and insecurity is one thing I don't like admitting, I don't like admitting that I'm insecure, but it is insecurity. And I mean, I've dealt with insecurity and I've gone through insecurity for like my entire life. Please, I don't even think, I actually do think so, but sometimes I don't even think it will ever go away, However, other than that, I'm fine. I've also been sleeping more, but that's only because I hate how my mind feels sometimes. Like the thinking, no, I don't want to do that. So I escape and I sleep, but I'm also getting tired of sleeping all the time. And by sleeping, because currently my business, I'm pushing, you get it, it's a bit busier, but so is also academics. And I'm currently running 2 businesses. I'm a reseller, one, and of course my own dessert business, 2, right? So I think that's the main things that I'm busy with. And whenever I'm not busy with that, if now I'm done selling for the day and it's 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is going to be the time I go in bed. Yeah. And I'm not leaving my bed before 11 a.m., which is unlike me because I wake up around 7 a.m. and I start Bible studying and I start doing my schoolwork and I start bathing, cleaning, So yeah, clearly there is something that is bothering me, but it's not like I haven't felt this before, so it's not deep. Another question is, what keeps you sane in rocky days? Go and pray. Go and pray. Okay, here's my last question. How do you keep up with being the it girl when you're not at your best? Firstly, I don't think I'm an it girl. Just to get that out of the way, I don't think I'm an it girl, and I don't even know what makes a person an it girl. Clearly the person that sent this thinks I'm an it girl. I'm not, so I don't know how to answer that question because I'm not an it girl. Okay guys, we've come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and please subscribe. I love you guys so much. And just a reminder, we're gonna be okay.